Yeah, we started off with like a 20 by 20 foot area, and then it went to a quarter acre, and then it went to my whole yard, including some of my front yard. And this year we decided to rent 5 acres, about 5 miles from us, so that was doable.
The USDA has 3 labeling categories for organic. 100% organic has very strict guidelines wrapped around it by the FDA, and the product would have the USDA organic label on it. The second one is organic, and that means that the product has to have at least 95% of organic material in it. And the third one is made with organic ingredients, and what that means is that the product has to have at least 70% or no less than 70% of organic ingredients in it.
I think there's a growing movement of caring what we're eating, knowing what's in. You go to the supermarket, and if you can't read what's on the label, if you don't understand what that's saying, do I really want to ingest that? So people are taking their nutrition a lot more seriously.
People are becoming more conscious about what they put into their bodies. Chemical fertilizers and pesticides leave a residue on the outside of the fruit or the vegetable, as well as taking it in through their root system in the growing process. These chemicals have been proven to create a variety of cancers and illnesses, and so when you consume the fruit or the vegetable, obviously you're consuming these chemicals along with it.
I started out as a hobby growing tomatoes. I couldn't get a good tomato in the store. They tasted wrong. And I found out how commercial tomatoes are processed, and I was not real happy with that, and decided, well, I'll just do my own. And then I found out there are a lot of things that are done in the food industry that don't suit my particular needs or the way that I would like to eat.
Research now shows that for the first time in history with this new generation of children, kids are not going to live as long or have as healthy of a life as their parents. And the Johns Hopkins University also just announced a study claiming that they believe that nutritional deficiencies is one of the reasons for the rise in cancer. Environmentally speaking, modern day farming practices are destroying our land, our waters, the wildlife, and also requires fossil fuels, a lot of fossil fuels.
Well, I think small farming is better for the environment simply because your small farms often need to be diversified, and so you're looking at a more natural way of growing things.
The way we purchase our fruits and vegetables through the corporate agriculture industry, those fruits and vegetables may travel thousands of miles before they reach your dinner table. This requires transportation, obviously, and transportation requires fossil fuel. The more fossil fuel you burn, the more emissions you create. Whether you agree with the global warming theory or not, I think we can all agree that breathing those pollutants is unhealthy.
Organic produce in the grocery store is expensive, and not everyone can afford to purchase it from a farmer's market or from a grocery store, but almost everyone has a little piece of property, whether it's in their backyard or even a container on their porch where they can plant a tomato plant, or they can put something that their family is going to like in there, and they can control what goes into that, and there's a sense of satisfaction that comes from that.
It's not the conventional means of doing large rows, which is, old farming practices. They did it like that because they had to feed massive amounts of people. But if you're just feeding your own family, you don't have to do that.
If we support our local farmers markets, you don't have to buy everything there, but if everybody would spend $10 a week of their hard-earned money at a farmer's market or directly from their local farmer, that's going to go a long way to improve the lot of local farmers.
Yes, organic farming is a practical way to grow. Think of all the thousands of years people were growing without the use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. It's healthier for people, it's healthier for the environment, and it's what we should be doing as a local and global community.
I'm Frances Keener, and I'm 91 years old, and I'm still cutting grass and gathering vegetables and helping take care of the farm.
All right. Wonderful, thank you.
not to mention the fact that there's a lot of little farmers markets that are sprouting up all. The hornet landed on me, I'm sorry. He just flew away. Oh my gosh, he gave me a heart attack. Okay, you want to pick it up? Sure.